and start to talk about the wild card weekend in the NFL. And first game this Saturday, 4:30 p.m., Seattle Seahawks, San Francisco 49'ers. I can tell you, you get the horn show here. We have, I can easily say, and I would have never, ever thought this. So I'm going to say this. I'm going to start this off by saying this. I would have never dreamed that this would be the case. By far, our most vocal fans, our most vocal demographic of people is Seattle Seahawks fans. It is amazing to me. If we mention the Seahawks, we got tons of comments and people. The Seahawks, I don't know if there's a East Coast bias that goes on that somehow they get overlooked. People don't care about them. But Seahawks fans, it's like they're yelling out like Justice League assemble. If anyone talks about the Seahawks, the fans hear it and they just come, they congregate to that content. And look, that all having been said, I think you're going to lose this weekend. I don't think they're going to be able to pull off the Cinderella story against the Niners. I want them to for what it's worth. But I just think, look, we could have talked about this already. The Brock Purdy situation, pretty good. Yeah, you can't, there's nothing that you can say about what this guy has put up. And so if there was going to be anyone that has a crazier out of the blue story than Geno Smith, it could maybe be Brock Purdy. So this is an interesting game, and I will not rule out the Seahawks in this game. Let me tell you, while I think if I were a betting man, and I will not be betting on this game, but if I were, I would probably put my money on the Niners. But I might hedge that bet with a couple bucks on the Seahawks as well, because I absolutely think that they could pull it off.
Yeah. I think you hit it. Geno Smith set the Seahawks single season passing record this year.
Think about that.
That is unbelievable.
Think about that.
I love it. He actually finished 8th in passing and 4th in touchdowns. That dude had 30 touchdowns this year.
Wow.
I mean, that might be his career. Like, he may have not have had 30 touchdowns in all of his career.
I can't imagine he has, yeah.
He just played lights out. I mean, towards the end of the season, injuries, I think, started catching up with him a little bit. But if they're healthy, and I'd have to look and see who's out. But, I mean, if you can establish the run game, then they can't go tit for tat, obviously. I mean, the Niners can score pretty quickly. They can ball control. They feel like a complete team, which is crazy because they have a Mr. Irrelevant starting at quarterback who legit looks like, and you can just sometimes tell, like, with quarterbacks, I don't know, like when I seen Blaine Gabbert play football, I was like he doesn't
this looks
have
like his
it,
first
right?
time. This is new to him.
He doesn't have it. Brock Purdy gets up there and all he's doing is throwing 2 touchdowns a game, controlling the ball. I mean, not turning it over. It could catch up with him come playoff time. So he is the X factor really in this. I mean, I think the defense is stout. Run game is great. It's just whether or not Purdy can play up to that same level he has been. Is the nerves going to get to him? Which you wouldn't blame him if he did. Like, he had no business playing this year. I mean, he had no business making the team really as the last pick in the draft. But, man, he looks like it. And, boy, oh, boy, what if they found their quarterback of the future? I mean, unbelievable.
I mean, going in, let's remember, Garoppolo wasn't the Niners' choice, right? They wanted to do everything and anything to get rid of that guy. Gets hurt. Purdy comes in, does his thing. Now, the thing about Purdy that helps him out, it's always nice when you have CMC to hand the ball off to, or dump, or let fly and just run out there. Kittle, your tight end, Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel. Like, when you have those types of weapons, all you need to do is be sure to get the ball in those guys' hands and let them do the work, and your defense is stout. Not one moment do you doubt, the Niners defense. So once you have that rolling, and all you have to do is just be able to hand the ball off, to CMC or find one of those wide receivers out there that can come back in the backfield as well and do their thing, I mean, the game tends to get a little easier for you when you are a rookie and you have that type of weapons and you know your defense is pretty damn good and can hold it down for you. If you only do throw for 2 touchdowns, let the rest, happen on its own.
That's it. Yeah. And Brandon Ayuk, good on him, man. Boy, he stepped up this year after Debo went down.
Yep.
He was all over the place. He really, really stepped up, and then getting Debo back just before the playoffs start to get him back in game shape. Ooh. So the line, now this was as of yesterday, I didn't check it today, but the line was 9.5 for the Niners.
It is still that.
Still 9.5?
Yeah, still 9.5, yeah.
It's a lot of points. That's a lot of points. You going to take the points, or would you take Seahawks?
Whew. Now here's the thing, right? I'm looking at what Seattle brings to the table, right? Obviously, we were just talking. Geno Smith comes out of nowhere. I have a dislike and distaste for Geno Smith just because of where he went to college. He was a Florida State grad, so screw him. Go Canes. The thing is that the gentleman was up there throwing for over 4,200 yards, right? So he did his game, over 30 touchdowns. He has a running back that ran for 1,000 yards. He has a receiver that caught for over 1,000 yards and 90 catches. So he has the weapons around him to do the same thing. It's just, are they going to be able to go to Levi Stadium and handle the Niners and that crowd and do what it is that they've been doing all year? I don't know. Yeah, I would say I'd take the points on that one.
So, okay, so we have you take the points, but if we're picking a winner, who are we picking for the winner?
Golly, man.
Niners.
I'd say Niners. Like, just based on the way they've played. Yeah. But are you going to be shocked if Brock Purdy folds under pressure?
No. How could you be?
No.
Right.
No, no one could blame him.
So if they can somehow get pressure on this kid, there's an easy chance the Seahawks could win. Now, with that said, I'm going to take the Niners.
Yep.
Just based on Purdy's played enough games. What has he played? 6 games this year? I think it was 5 or 6 games he's played. So he's got plenty of experience, going into the playoffs. So it's not like he's played one game and like, hey, you're in a playoff game now. But, man, playoff atmosphere is so much different, man. Playoff football is so different. So I'll take the Niners.
Niners it is. So if that's the case, we consult with the Oracle. We consult with the Oracle behind me, and the Oracle also says Niners.
Niners. Okay.
Niners with the win.
Niners all the way.
Niners are going to pull off the win. That's the prediction here. And again, hate to disappoint our Seahawks fans. They will let us know if we're wrong. They will let us know not only if we're wrong.
But listen, it's not a bad wrong. Like, we're rooting for them. Like, I would be upset. Like, let's go. Let's go, Seahawks,
Yeah, agreed.
Heck yeah.
Agreed.
Heck yeah.